only a person who is accredited to the Engineers Board of Kenya can call themselves engineer. So if you so decide to choose engineering, make sure that that university you choose is accredited to the Engineers Board of Kenya. If it is a doctor, I'm sure he talked about it, right? So I'm a professional engineer with the Engineers Board of Kenya, structural engineer. I'm also a corporate member with the Institution of Engineers of Kenya. I'm a chartered arbitrator London and a project manager. So I will give you my history. I went to Kilimani Primary School. I was stopped. Came to Patch, Baringo House. Class of 89, I was stopped. I went straight to the University of Nairobi. I was not stopped. I played rugby. And in the university, when you played rugby, jokes, PB, Omar, oh man, I loved campus, you know. Rugby they follow, right? So I specialized in a subject called structural engineering. I was already employed. By my second year, I was already employed. So you can Google Engineer Robert Nyamongo, go to my LinkedIn. There are some posters also of some of our projects. 14 stories, 23 stories. That is what we do. There are three things I'm going to do in 12 minutes. One, you are going to understand engineering. Two, you will know the different types of engineering. Three, you are going to know the interrelationship between all those engineering and how they affect mankind. So let us start. This school was built by colonialists. But the bigger colonialists were not these British, they were Romans. So the Roman Empire was there for more than 1,000 years. And they ruled most of Europe. So to be able to rule such a vast colonial space, you need an army, obviously. Two, you need equipment. Three, you need roads. People don't know that an army cannot operate without roads, right? The machinery cannot get stuck in the mud. You need to serve food to the soldiers, right? And the same army unit can move around very fast. So the first type of engineers were military engineers. So once these people were conquered, they were put in different jurisdictions and they started living in towns, right? Principally because of safety and because of control. So the civilians needed some things. What was the first essential of life? Food. Nairobi school, your cabbages and potatoes, they come from Nyahururu or Nyeri or wherever. It has to come by road, right? So the first is road engineer. Bring that food to the people. The second essential of life is water. Where does your water come from? Dakaine Dam, 90 or 95 kilometers. It is treated by chemicals. It arrives in 90 kilometers. It is safe using chemistry, residual chlorine, right? So the second engineering, water engineering. Water, essential of life. Third essential of life was shelter. So a third engineer was structural engineer. Putting up multi-stories, because the more you live in towns, you have to have first floor, second floor, third floor, like what you see here. So that is the third type of engineering. Now, this engineering was for civilians. So civil engineering is roads, water, and structures. All those are civil engineering. Is it clear? That is civil engineering. Now let's go to the other type of engineers. I have a question. What are the types of energy? I'll give you one. If I place my phone up here, right, it has potential energy, right? Can you tell me the other forms of energy? Kinetic, thank you. Huh? What? Very good. What else? Solar. Electricity, eh? So the boss of electricity is here, right? So let's bring the other engineering arms, right? So the civil engineer and structural engineer, they build a dam up there, Takaine, Takwel Dam, right? They build the dam, Seven Forks Dam, up there, and they store the water. What energy does that water have up there? Yeah? Potential. Very good. Then the engineer lets that water fall through something called a penstock. And the water comes with speed by gravity down. What energy does that water have? What? National school, yeah? Very good. So you've turned potential energy into kinetic energy. Then it hits a turbine, right? Power, right? That turbine moves. What energy does the turbine have? What? So potential has been turned to kinetic, and it has become mechanical, right? So there's a mechanical engineer, and I will get more about mechanical engineers. So this mechanical, the turbine feeds a generator. That generator produces what energy? What? Very good. So we have a mechanical engineer and an electrical engineer, right? Electrical is very important, right? Power in your house. There is no industrialization without electricity. So Kenya Power is very powerful. Power is very important. And under electrical engineering, there came other forms, IT, electronics, that is electrical engineering. Mechanical engineering comes together with aviation engineering, automotive engineering, production engineering, that is mechanical. Another form of engineering is agricultural engineering. Again, feeding the first essentials of life, food. So you need mechanization, irrigation, to be able to be more productive in the farms. I think now that is very clear, right? So I want to summarize what an engineer is. This is engineer according to Engineer Robert Nyamongo. I told you Google, go to LinkedIn to see the photos. So what is an engineer? An engineer is that individual who uses science and art, right, to harness the natural resources for the betterment of mankind. Thank you.